Late Night with Funky Dave. I'm your host, Funky Dave. Tonight we have such a special show for you. For the first time ever, Mr. Media Studies himself, Luke Hamill, is coming to our show. Everyone welcome to the stage, Mr. Hamill.
Thank you for having me.
So it's so nice to finally have you on our set. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah.
So we know that you dropped a brand new project called Hide and Seek.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
I know.
Woo!
So I think you guys have some questions for him, huh?
Yes, we do.
Oh, of course, man. You know, I give the people what they want. Ask me anything.
So do you think you're ready to get started, huh?
Yeah, hit me.
Woo!
So Luke, the people want to know, how does your product, Hide and Seek, by the way, the audience loves it, really. It's 5 stars, it's got the 98% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's really doing amazing numbers. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does this represent social groups and issues?
Okay, yeah, that's an interesting question. So, yeah, right off the bat, my project uses conventions actually right in the beginning. As the establishing shot pans in, it shows ordinary conventional group, just a friend group of average male teens, and I actually did this on purpose because this is just a group of normal, ordinary modern day people, not a bunch of these sci-fi future type characters, you know? So this makes the twist at the end that much more unexpected. And yeah, they're just a bunch of teenagers that just decided to play a game. You know, they were just bored and decided to play a game, hide and seek. They had no idea anything like time travel even existed. And the good part about that is neither does the audience. So this makes the twist at the end that much more, you know, unexpected. And
Wow.
circling back to your the second part of your question on how does my project represent social issues, if you were paying attention there in the beginning, it actually represents the social issue of bullying, you know?
Oh.
A lot of Hollywood has this kind of exaggerated, you know, jock beats up the nerd, stuff's in the locker kind of stuff, but that stuff doesn't happen in real life. So what I want to do is when Eli, you know, mentions the idea of playing hide and seek to his peers, you know, they kind of shut him down, they kind of judge him for it. And this is kind of an example of the non-exaggerated, realistic kind of bullying that happens in real life. It's just a bunch of this, you know, like picking on other kids, trying to bring them down kind of stuff. And that's the kind of stuff that needs light brought into it, not this unrealistic stuff. So, yeah, that's how I tackled that. And, yeah.
And that's so good. It's so wonderful that you're putting and you're shining this light on what real bullying is, right? Just like you said, the jock bullies the nerd, he stuffs him into the locker. That's not real. That doesn't happen anymore. You know, we're in the 21st century. It's 2022. There's a new way of doing things, and that means a new way of bullying. So, you know, thank you for that, and the audience appreciates that too.
Woo!
Thank you guys. Of course. Thank you.
Your thought process on this project is so intricate, and it's really intriguing.
Thank you.
Yeah, so another question for you. How does this product engage with your audience? I mean, it engages with your audience well, and how does your product engage with your audience, and how would this be distributed as a real media text?
Okay, yes, this is another interesting question. I believe my product is going to engage, you know, with the sci-fi kind of audiences who are like interested in the sci-fi, science, space kind of genre.
Doctor Who.
Yeah, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So what I really think is going to draw them in is our special effects team. Did a really amazing job making the special effects look really good and really realistic. So I think that's a hook to bring in that kind of audience. I know they love kind of stuff like that. I love stuff that's like that. And that's really interesting. So, and also, another thing, a lot of movies, our movie has 2 different settings. It has a modern day setting and a futuristic type setting. I personally have never seen, or well I have, but there's not a lot of movies that have 2 different time zones like that. So I think that's something that can really, really bring in the audience that we need. And another audience that we can bring in is the teenage audience. You know, every single lead role in our film is made up of teenagers, and the teenage audience really loves seeing people their age play lead roles in movies. They love being able to relate to the characters and imagine themselves in that situation. You know, I was a kid once. They fantasize about, you know, going on adventures in space. You know, that's fun. So that's something I like to see, and yeah, I think that's really gonna hook in that kind of audience. So that's 2 different audiences that can be engaged. And another thing, how it will be distributed, obviously as a film. You know, say you're on a night with your friends, you go see it in theaters. Maybe you just want to have a night at home, you can watch it on a streaming service on TV, or you know, if you're that kind of guy, you know, I don't judge, you can stream it illegally, you know. And yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can watch it, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I don't mean to spoil anything, but I mean, with this film's success, I think this might be calling for a hide and seek too. So, do we have a hide and seek 2 on the way?
You know, I can't really say nothing about that, but
Oh, hey Luke!
what's up, man?
Hey man, I was really wondering if I could get your autograph after the show. I mean, I'm a really big fan. You know, you can meet me in the back if you want.
Yeah, I guess. You got anything else?
The real question I had was, I was just wondering, how did your production skills develop through the film?
Alright, so yeah. Thank you for asking that. My production skills actually developed quite a bit, you know. First off, I'm going to start with my skills in editing improving. So I actually did a lot of the editing by myself with the special effects and things like that, and I never did any editing like that before, you know. The most advanced thing I've ever done is just putting 2 clips together and adding a transition, but this time I actually put in my own special effects with the green screen and everything, and that really advanced my skills a lot because I've never done anything like that before, and it was just my first time trying it out. It actually worked out well for the most part, and I really liked how it turned out. And also, a new thing with my production skills, some of the shots that I put in there, you know, I think they're really interesting. And, you know, that opens up new doors in my brain, gets, you know, the creative juices flowing, and it's got me thinking of so much more ideas. So that I improved my production skills with the filming sort of things, and, you know, all the angles and you know, all the movement shots and stuff like that. That was really good. And another thing, I've never written a script before this.
No.
Yeah, never actually. I've never written a script. So.
Whoa. Ah. Woo.
Look, I mean, he's an untapped talent. It's crazy, you know.
It's my first time writing a script, and I think I did a pretty good job for my first time. So yeah, it's my first time. I just decided to type it up, and it gave me more practice for future films I have in the future plans, so that advanced in that part of production.
First
You
time.
know, there's just such a wide variety of production skills you can have, and you know, I'm just trying to improve on everything, stack everything up, you know. And yeah, you know, on top of that, hey, who's this little guy? Hey, what's up, man?
Looks like we got a visitor.
Looks like
Woo.
Funky Dave's pet, Mr. Poncho.
So, you know, on top of that, something that also improved, you know, I was also an actor in the movie.
What? Wow.
He does everything.
I mean, really, wow.
That was one of my first times acting, one of my debuts in acting, and you know, that was good practice for that. I got a lot of practice in that, you know, with delivering different lines, using different emotions, scared, angry, confused with the whole, you know, time travel thing. Everybody would be confused by that. I had to portray different emotions. So that gave me a lot of good practice, you know. And also, don't forget the most important thing, I also directed the film.
What? Say it ain't so. I mean, woo!
So I directed the film, and it was kind of nice having people listen to me for one time, you know. It was just really nice, so.
Right on set.
That's, yeah.
And the final question for the night, you know, just as we have to wrap up today, is how did you and you yourself integrate technologies into your product?
Alright. Yeah, we actually had a couple different ways of integrating technology because, you know, technology is the main thing we use these days. So, of course, we had to integrate it somehow. We can start off with the editing. You know, we edited on a software on our computer. That was our first use of technology. We actually used the source iMovie. And what we did is we used that to do all the editing stuff, like the special effects, and we even used that to add the music. You know, we had a music in our project. We had some music in our project, and I'll play that now. And now, yeah. So we did that to use that, and all the editing, all the special effects, all the After Effects, all the cuts, and everything like that. And an example of technology that we used while shooting the film, the phone to capture everything, and we were also watching TV and the movie. So, yeah, that's about it.
Ah,
Is that
gotta
it?
go.
Yeah.